Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tegela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about a moment in court whereby Umnisi, for me, he was mocking at the judge, or he was putting him under pressure or in a pan that something was happening there. So there was a day whereby they were talking about the cell phone evidence of Umnube, and Umnube said something about Mr. Baloy, saying that he said that Mr. Mnube did not have his phone with him. Yabo. And then Umnube said something about my phone. Okay, he was just clarifying that the phone is Makale Kukini and the phone is always with him. So I'm gonna tell you what Umnisi said about the judge and how he put the judge under pressure when it comes to that conversation. But before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads until the end. Okay, when you are doing that, you'll be supporting the channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now, Umnisi spoke to Umncube. They were talking about his cell phone, and then Umncube reminded us of a time when they talked about his cell phone, about how the cell phone could perhaps it was not with him, perhaps it was left at the house, and Umncube he went at the Kumalo's house and left his phone at home, and he was emphasizing, explaining that that is not the case. My phone is always with me, and there is no way that I will have my phone the entire day. Then the next thing, my phone is not with me. Something that I think he forgot was to mention that it's actually Judge Ratam Hwatleng who actually planted that idea of Mncube leaving the phone, the device being there, and the person being there. It was not Baloy initially. It's just that I think he forgot about it, or perhaps he's just saying, okay, I'll let it go. I'll let it go, my lord, for your sake. You better. But there was that moment. Now, this is where I felt like Nisi is being very spicy in this situation, because in the course of that conversation, as they were conversing inside the car drum, and it's on record, Umncube is kind of like not feeling, feeling what Baloyi said regarding him not having his phone, perhaps being at the Kumalos. And his explanation is sounding like, I didn't like what you said, okay, Baloy. Like, I don't know. It's just that we can't see him, because I'm sure part of me believes Umncube was looking at Ubaloyi like, "Ungijwayele kabi wena pha lapho, uyabona bafo." Anyway, so Umnisi now tries to calm the situation down. Ati, do you remember when you did a metaphor, you used a metaphor for something? That's what Ubaloyi was also doing at certain, like, he's like, oh, okay. Like, he's not convinced, but okay, fine, mawibeka kanjalo. And then Umnisi goes on to say, in any case, we do have one person that is neutrally the most, he even said, the most neutral person in this courtroom, which is called the judge. He is very much capable, he is very experienced enough to select what is correct and what is not. So don't worry about that, Mr. Yavana, right there. I felt like Omnis is putting the judge on the pan, a frying pan there, because my goodness, that pressure, it was too much. But okay, it was done, and Umncube was a bit convinced. But for me, the moment that I felt like for Ujaji was when Umnisi was like, the most neutral person in this courtroom is Judge Ratamakwatleng. We were like, a quick comment section, never P. We were like, never P. Neutral. Judge Ratamakwatleng, neutral. We've seen him. In fact, most of the time he's been forced to be neutral. Oh, the situation has been so forceful. The defense has forced him legally to be neutral, and most of the time, and if bekuya ngaye, ngokuya ngaye, he was never going to be neutral ever again. There is no impartiality whatsoever from him. The way he is so selective with his listening, the way he chooses to interpret things, the way he understands some of the evidence, it makes us be like, sir, were you listening to the same thing that we were listening to? What's going on? What you mean? What you mean there that you understood it like that? So he's that type of a judge. Hence, the comment section of YouTube on that SABC channel of YouTube was flooded with one thing: never neutral, neutral. My foot. He knows nothing about impartiality. They came for the judge like nobody's business because they were like, "Mnisi never." Mnisi never, and Mnisi was there, Sana chilling. And he repeated what he was saying, I think 2 to 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, to say that Ujaj Rata is the most. In fact, at first, we referred to Ujaj Rata, and then he generalized his statement and said the most neutral person inside a courtroom is called the judge. That was pressure. That was Nisi being spicy. That was Nisi putting Ujaj Rata there with fire. Don't. There was no fire extinguisher there. He was there in the fire. I don't know about you, but for me, that moment was hilarious. I was like, ngeke. Kudlaliwe nguJudge Ratha, angeke. Umnisi, why would he come for Judge Ratha like that sideways? But again, it is what it is, and it happened in that courtroom. Do you think that Umnisi was being spicy when he was doing that, or Umnisi was coming and already bold? Ncube, who is like, angizange ngizohlala lana nani, akashongo kanjalo, but indlela a-confident ngayo is like, ngiyazazi mina angiyenzanga lutho, laba bayangiframe. In so many words, Ncube said that he's being framed for the crime of the unaliving of Senzo Meyiwa. He said that in so many ways, and he blames Brigadier Gininda. So it looked like Mnisi was coming the hell out of him, trying to make sure that he understands whatever that has happened in this inside that courtroom of Judge Ratamokwatleng. Then there is a Judge Ratamokwatleng who is capable of or experienced enough to see right through the nonsense that is happening. I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking you, do you think, according to what you have seen over the past 3 years, do you think Judge Rata is really, really capable? Capable of being neutral? Is he capable of being neutral in your view? Do you think Judge Rata is listening with understanding, or Judge Rata is doing what he is doing intentionally for whatever reason? Because Sana, there are times where we felt like Judge Rata, wow, the understanding yake is very questionable. And then there is me with my absolute faith that Judge Rata, no matter what he believes in, no matter what his choice is, but the law that he says he understands so well. He keeps reminding us that he is a breaker, Masu Judge Rata. He brags about understanding the law, senior judge, this and that, training people, this and that. He brags about a lot of things. So I feel like the law, Lady Justice, is going to force him to do things by the book, whether he likes it or not, because the case is really hovering over reasonable doubt, and everything is full of doubt. The case altogether is full of doubt. So, do you trust Judge Rota to do the right thing? Do you think he's neutral? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. Let's talk a comment section. Please be respectful. Don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. I love you so much. Have a peaceful weekend. And yes, we are having a long weekend, so please enjoy and be nice to us women. Be kind. Nisiphe nemali. Your weekend in Independent Super thanks a long weekend in a Women's Day. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.